So that's the tank retriever that
Very.
my grandfather worked on, right?
Yep,
I wish we would
There's
have the
initials.
guts to do
for the
that.
Normandy invasion.
There's
For the
initials
Normandy
in this.
invasion. Wow. What's that?
Oh, wow.
There's initials in this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We
The
should
old
get that.
flapper
Yeah,
purse.
Bob has
C.
that Tarnex. We should
Cockburn.
bring it over.
Cockburn for Cockburn.
Yeah.
See, it's something C.
Dad, I think Beth probably went
ACC?
to a photography class and had this picture and then
Christine
doctored it
Cockburn.
with the
Susan.
negative.
I see.
What is ACC? Whose initials?
Augusta.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, I remember
grandmother.
that in the paper.
his grandmother.
Yeah, the paperwork. I remember that thing on something that we were going for.
Oh,
Grandma's
goodness.
flapper purse from the 20s. right?
Okay, here's me and Yuma.
In Yuma.
The sand dunes,
Wow.
Imperial sand dunes,
Yeah.
about 10 miles out of Yuma.
How close is that to where you live now?
About 10 miles.
About 10 miles, huh?
Well, maybe 20.
No more. 15 to 20. Yeah.
15 to 20. And I found out how hard sand is.
Yeah.
Because I ran off the top
Uh-huh.
and I was going to sit down on that soft sand and slide down the hill.
Uh-huh.
Hard as a rock.
Wow.
Oh, man. And then this one here, as I was sliding down frontwards, sand all over. We got stuck.
Yeah.
There was a parking area down below there, and Dad got stuck. He was really embarrassed. He was upset.
This
I don't know who
this
these
hairdo
people-
days is come back. I think.
That's way back.
It's way back. Now it's coming back around.
Yep. Back in the
Yeah,
teens.
that's,
Who is
she
that
would
guy,
enjoy
Joe?
that.
Who knows?
Sure, there's Granny with the fish.
Yep. Granny with fish again.
She likes fish.
I gotta go again.
There you go.
Beer is good.
It'll get you.
Yeah.
Clean out your.
I'm like you were last night.
That's right.
You went back that
You went to
way.
Yuma as a kid, huh?
Yeah. I was 10 or 11 years old.
My grandpa was a Granny.
This is a watchtower on the at Grand Canyon, Indian Tower or some damn thing. That's me. That's me right there. That's Mom.
Oh wow. That thing probably still there, right?
I think it is. Yeah. Oh, what do we got here? I gotta look at this stuff to tell what it is. Oh, that was my grandmother and me
Oh wow.
at the old house.
That must be you and your grandmother again, or is that Granny? Yes. That's probably Granny, right?
No, that's Beck.
Oh, that's Beck, huh?
No, that's not Beck. Somebody else, but it looks like it. That's definitely the old farm. Okay. That's my grandmother. This is my cousin Shirley and her firstborn. My cousin, those girls, two girls, my two cousins, were beautiful women. Just absolutely, just plain pretty women.
Yeah.
And she wound up marrying a hockey player that played for the Seattle Rangers. And he went pro, and he went back to, I think, back to Michigan.
Fun fact. Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
First one was here in Seattle.
Yeah.
We won the Stanley Cup.
But
No, we don't
he was
have
abusive.
hockey. Oh yeah.
This
Imagine.
this is Shirley. This is definitely Shirley. This might have been Mim, the older sister.
Who?
Mim,
Mim.
the older sister. She married a tail gunner from a from a B-17
Oh wow.
after the war, and didn't know jack about him. You know, they evidently just fell in love and got married.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't know anything about him at all. It was that she come to find out that Sun Valley, Idaho, Ketchum, Idaho, their family owned half of the property in that town.
Wow. Sun Valley. Oh wow. That's
How many
big.
feet is those water home?
32.
Okay.
32 footer. It's actually longer than this house. The motorhome is slightly longer than our house. So who's this guy in the corner right here?
Here,
Yeah.
that was my grandfather and my mother's side.
Wow.
And that's probably Beck.
She's not having it.
They're not happy.
No, not
So that's
right
your
yet.
dad and
No,
you.
thank you.
Yep,
In Montana. How long did you live in Montana?
for 2 years.
2 years is all. Wow, there's a lot of pictures. That's good. Just outside of Billings, huh?
Yep.
There's you. I know that guy right there. Got the
This is the old- this is-
troublemaker look on him. Right
This is the Grange Hall. That's where Beck and Jack got married.
there. Okay.
That was the Grange Hall. It's still there.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a community hall for the area. And
Over by Mill Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where it's at. Wow.
This is our ducks.
It's on
Raised.
Buffalo Albert Highway, right?
Yeah. No,
No?
it's on.
It's on 32nd.
Yeah, should be on 32nd.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it'd be the next
It's not Buffalo Albert Highway.
next
You wanna-
Yeah, it's the next street over.
next through street over.
Oh, we're not opening the growler yet.
Oh, I didn't.
30.
I'll take a Henry's, but we're not going to open the growler yet.
Not until.
I'll
Yeah.
take a Coors Light if there's any of those left, or a Henry's.
You guys had the last two when we got home.
Oh, okay.
This is me on the David Bradley tractor
Yeah.
at the farm.
Right. David Bradley tractor. What did that do? Thank you.
That was our tractor, man. Dad did 4 acres of berries with that.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's more of it here. It's
So while he was doing hush hush stuff for the government, he was doing berries.
he wasn't working for the government then.
Not yet.
No, not it was after. See, I'm a what about here? I'm 9 or 10 there. Same there. Yeah, that old wooden
Is that
trailer.
Becky up there?
No, I don't think so. I don't know who that is. It might have been me for all I know. That's not our house, so I can't tell you. Hey, here's what they did when they. This is the old house. This is the old house, and that's
Okay.
me standing on a stump in my Sunday best.
Oh yeah, right before church, huh?
Except Dad didn't go to church.
Dad didn't do church.
Well, and here's me here.
Yeah.
And that's me there. These are neighborhood kids. A birthday party, I believe. I gotta see. We have relatives.
Stanley Steamer.
Yeah.
When we went to
And you
Mazatlan,
drove down the
Mexico
coast in
City,
that?
They
it
drove
was
down the coast in there.
$1,500
They
for
did.
all three of
Yeah.
us, yeah.
Before you were born.
Oh, long time. Come on.
You're
That's about 19.
not that old.
That's about 1916, somewhere in that area.
Wow. Stanley Steamer. It's not just a carpet
That's when
cleaner.
my dad was
See
Let's
that?
born.
see if it fit.
This
My
is
dad
probably.
was born and your great grandma was born in 1913. They were 3 years apart.
Yeah, that's one in California.
My dad was born in 1914. My mother was
The
born
red
in
ones.
1917.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, Bob's grandma was.
And I don't
born in
recognize any of
1913.
those.
And my
That's
dad was
way back. That's
1916,
back
and
in
they
the
fought
early-
a lot,
That's
like,
in the early teens.
She would
Wow.
babysit Dana sometimes for us when we were going to school, like
Mhm.
in college.
Okay, what do we got here?
Made
Oh.
Dana a sandwich and it was
Oh,
when we
Butter.
were in
Butter on the
Billings
meat
and
and
Dad was
bread.
working with
Oh,
the
that's
Blackfoot
good.
tribe
Yeah.
and we're
on
going, "Just
on the
try a
reservation
little
with
bit,"
that tank
and then
retriever. They had a
And I
pet
always
skunk.
did. I would try a little bit,
Oh, wow.
but then I'd
It's
be
a pet
hungry when
skunk.
Dad would pick me.
There he is, yeah.
Yeah, they had a pet skunk, and he was the house skunk.
Grandma picked it.
He just
Yeah,
ran around the house.
Yeah.
Like
and this guy was he was a chief,
Uh-huh.
She was nice though. I like
one of the
being in
chiefs in the
house, though.
tribe,
She's
and
sweet.
this is his family. And this girl here, he sent her to college at Yale.
Wow. Yale University
Nice
back in the
person.
day.
Yeah. And this is the older brother. I think he stayed at the tribe, and I
Yeah,
don't know
the
what
skunk.
happened to him. But he has a skunk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And what is this here? This is my dad there.
I don't think there's anything else on the table.
No, that's not dad.
Oh, I turned.
And that's dad. That might be him.
Yeah.
He's got something in his hand. I don't think it's a skunk.
Yeah, no. It might be, is it?
Yeah, I
Like he's
don't know.
holding
It's hard to
something.
tell.
It
He's
just goes
holding
down
something.
like that.
I don't think that's him.
And then we grabbed a bunch of clothes at the time for us, thinking it was better. And she lost all that weight.
That's like
because
Granny and
they were
me.
Yeah, Granny and you.
Okay.
Yeah.
1971. You were 3 years old.
Got a new
Yeah.
piece.
And here's Chris and you.
Yeah.
Let me go down. Go down.
Down.
Right there.
Oh, wow.
Here.
Yeah. She would read me books, I remember.
Yeah. And I think
They would give books.
this
for
is
Christmas
Hildegard
presents.
and you.
Okay.
Here, wanting to
Old Aunt Hildegard.
Russ to
Yeah.
learn how to read and stuff like that. For Chris and Becky. They
Dad,
would give other things too.
Well,
Beck and me,
these
so this is in
other
Billings.
stockings in
Yeah.
everything, everybody has
And that's
stockings.
Beck and Dad.
Or a sweater too. Something
Yeah.
like that. Something that's made.
This had been an old cabin up in out of Billings, up in the hills, and he used to go hunting. This is a rifle that he carried deer hunting one time,
Yeah.
and it was a 22,
Yeah.
and he dropped it on a rock
I
slide,
think this is a little.
and he never
lady.
used it after that. And it was home, and I asked him. I said, "What's wrong with it?" He says, "Well, I broke the firing pin broke on it."
Uh-huh.
So he says, "Here, I'll show you how to fix it." So we got a piece of metal and filed it down and made it fit.
Yeah.
Stuck it in there. Says, "No, you can't do that. It's too soft. It'll peen out and it'll get stuck in there." Says you have to heat treat it. So he showed me how to heat treat it.
Huh.
And you heat it up to the right color of red, and dip it in oil.
Yeah.
And
And that would harden it.
yeah.
Yeah. Hardening metal, that's right. Wow.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I remember that. That was me. Back in the day.
Yeah, 1981.
I must have been. I was 14.
12.
13, 12. Wow.
12 or 13. Beck loved to ride horses. And that's her on a horse. It could be I don't know. That's in Montana.
Do you want another? Or is
Yeah.
that yours?
That's mine.
I'll take another.
No, you can't have mine.
Do you want your can? Is that your can?
No, I don't recycle.
That's all we do here because it's half the
Same
room.
winter that
A
I
little cedar chest that
Yeah.
came from the front.
You
of
had
in
it.
Billings, Montana.
Billings, Montana.
Wow.
There's
You was-
Beck. That's Beck, and that's my
And
mother.
mine's from,
Oh, wow.
mine's from California.
What were you doing in Billings, Montana? then?
That's when Dad was doing this.
Doing that.
Oh.
Yeah, they developed that tank retriever as a
I've been into the
secret.
old tax
Wow.
records.
And Billings, Montana was really
'Cause I
remote.
Wow.
I keep the.
Right.
And it was on the
1040.
Indian reservation that they
I've
did it.
got my first
Huh.
one.
Oh, wow.
So that's
But
what
I
they did,
don't-
the
you know,
old
when it
tank
comes to
retrieval.
however many years
Yeah,
old, I
they
still
were
got all the
what they
backup
did is they
data.
took
But for some
Sherman
reason,
tanks were
I
very
keep it.
very vulnerable,
And
and
so I had the
they wanted to save whatever was left of them
Yeah.
to repair the others.
Yeah.
So they brought those.
Yep.
They built this tank retriever, and I don't know if he's got a picture of it in
Evening,
here.
Brett.
Yeah.
This is I'm pretty sure this is an old this is my mother's family
Too bad it
album,
wasn't longer.
because this is stuff
Yeah.
that
Must
This
got
is
passed
money for
down
a
to Becky.
child.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
No. No,
I'd
like you
probably
say,
still-
an evening barrette.
I would
It's-
still put it in my hair too, like a little thin thing.
She
right
does,
here.
yeah, she uses these little
That's
tiny
my mother.
clips.
Yeah.
Here.
And she's probably a teenager
I'd
there.
probably go through it.
Wow.
They used to go camping in
Chris.
Blue Mountains.
She's got
Uh-huh.
a
Oh,
Get
in
up
the
away-
car.
box
Yeah.
in there that's just
That's an
full of
old car. It's
heads.
probably a
Yeah.
Franklin.
Mostly headbands.
Okay.
I like headbands.
And the other,
Austin said he'd be here at 6 or 7. I gotta
Okay.
be there.
Okay.
I don't know if you will be
Seven's
done with
kinda-
this. But
Yeah, it's gonna be. We'll probably eat
We're having
that.
too much fun. I'm glad you're recording this. I'm quite happy with that.
Keep track of.
I'm
Family
assuming that was my grandfather on my mother's side. I'm just guessing. I don't
Okay.
know. It looks kind of like him. And that would be one of my great uncles. Yeah. Oh, here's the picture of the Franklins out in. That's up in the Blue Mountains,
Okay. The Blue Mountains were where?
Oregon.
Okay.
They settled there.
so
So
where did he,
back in the
where
day.
did Chuck live when he went to Everett High?
Is that a
Out in the farm, you know where the Silver Lake?
It's now Mill Creek.
But you were able to live in Mill Creek and go to Everett High?
Well, it wasn't Mill Creek.
The farm wasn't?
No, it wasn't Mill
Oh,
Creek.
it's a farm?
Yeah, we had a berry farm out there.
It was just the berry farm. Back
I
then, there was no
realized
such
Berry
thing
Farm
as
when
Mill
I was in
Creek
high
yet.
school.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My mother sold property when Dad died. She was a real estate person,
So,
and
how
she
many-
sold property
how many
that
people
eventually
were in
turned
your
into Mill Creek.
graduation?
670.
Wow,
How many were yours?
500. But
Really?
look
In
how far he
California?
was out. Yeah, look how far he was out. Well,
They
I
bust us.
graduated-
They bussed us from what is now Silver Lake Elementary. They'd bus us from out there in the country. They'd bus us to there, and then we'd catch another bus and go into Everett
Wow.
for junior high school and high school.
Wow.
Wow. So what, you had to get up at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
No. Be on
You
the
Then I
came
had
home
to
until
walk-
after 4 o'clock.
And
right?
then, and here's the old story. I had to walk a half a mile to catch
Oh,
a
yeah.
bus.
I walked
Uphill.
home. I had to walk
In the snow.
probably a mile or so home.
And it was
I
uphill.
chose to.
If you know where Ron's place was, it was up on
I
the,
didn't
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
take the
where
bus.
That
Sunset
was over the railroad
and
tracks.
turns,
It's a
I
mile
can't remember,
away.
above
More.
28th, way up above
No.
28th.
Yeah.
Past
Yeah,
the
that was a
substation.
ways. Yeah.
You're
What's
gonna
Canyon
do
Park
like
is now.
Austin
right?
said. This
No.
is child
Not that
abuse.
far. Not that far south.
No, it wasn't that. I didn't want to take the bus.
Yeah.
This is the camps
I didn't
that my
either in
mother
junior
used to
I'd
go
rather
to
walk home.
up in
Junior
there.
high.
This is
Isn't it?
this
who
was
is
me. These are
We had a big
this is my grandfather on my
You did
dad's
get
side.
some treasures.
Okay.
It's my grandmother on my dad's side. This is my sister. This is Shirley,
Becky, yeah.
and this is Ron Shaw,
Okay.
and this is Fred Shaw, and that's Chuck
Whatever you
Shaw.
want. Just
There
take.
you go.
Okay.
What happened to
Okay.
Fred
Don't
Shaw?
hold back.
Last I heard, he's living
Why don't you
over in
just
Dosey
get a
Wallops,
bigger
Yeah.
Ziploc, huh?
Yeah.
and kind of on the dole, you might say. I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
He went over there to
That's a
shuck
pretty
oysters.
stone.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Here we go again. Oh God, it's amazing. I didn't know these pictures
Well, I
existed.
was opening this locket hoping for pictures.
This
There's
is
no
my
pictures.
dad
Yeah.
and two of his uncles.
And his uncles, huh?
Yeah, and this is when we were in Canesville, Missouri, where he was born.
Okay.
It was one of our trips coming back from, I think, Florida.
Oh, this is from the library, yeah.
And these are all
That's it. I forgot.
cousins
All the
and,
cards, I put 'em
and
together.
related one way or the other.
Okay.
Yeah,
So who are
I
those
need to hear
folks on the
Barney
top?
I have
Meltzer.
no idea.
Not sure on those ones.
No.
Yeah, I will
I
too.
was telling Russ that I want to like mail our cards, so at least since we can't see her that often, at least she's getting cards from us with pictures or something.
Like we're doing for
Yeah,
grandma,
I'm
right?
sorry. I'm
I'm
thinking
not-
of
My
someone
dad and
who-
Uncle
No,
Nin.
see,
You're fine.
That's Uncle Nin.
Where is
He
it?
used,
Look at
he's
the
the guy
color of this.
that
How
my
unusual,
middle name
isn't it?
came from,
Unusual, that color of
because his
that
name was
stone.
Lyman,
Uh,
but he didn't want to have the first. He didn't go by the
An
first
amber
name of
and a
Lyman. He went by
Yeah.
Neil, so they
Uh-huh.
called him Nin.
nah. Wow.
I-
Bob gets
I
mad
didn't know
because
that.
I'm
These
not
are
a girl.
aunts
That's your
and
dad.
cousins.
So
That's
your
my dad
dad's
back
brother
there.
then,
She's like me. I wear
No.
jewelry and then all of a
No.
sudden I want
That's his
something, I
uncle.
wear it.
His uncle, okay.
But
I
they
saw
were,
this
he was the
Well,
youngest
But
uncle,
she doesn't wear like I
and
do.
they
I
were
wear
closer in age, probably
Yeah, but
10,
it's like Dana
12
said,
years.
I want something this
And
color, so
when
blah, blah,
Dad
blah,
was,
Yeah.
Dad got into a little bit of
Really?
a
How nice.
skirmish with his
And
dad,
there's no photos in the locker.
and he went to,
Darn.
Nin says, well, come on over and live with me, and you can stay with me for a while. And so him and his Uncle Nin
Did your
bonded
dad
real
get the
close.
turquoise? The
The
rest
ring.
of him have?
Yeah.
That's a weird picture there, isn't
His son got it.
it? Yeah.
That's a family picnic, it looks like.
Yeah.
And that
Now,
would
here's
be
the
at,
gold
that would have been at
jewelry
Uncle Wayne's
in a
place.
separate Bag.
I can't find Wayne anywhere.
He's probably taking all the pictures, right?
Maybe.
There's always that.
Wow, that's an old picture there. That's from back in the 30s.
Wow. Is Granny in that picture? Or?
I don't know, I can't tell.
So your dad's name was
Russ.
Russ.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why your name Russ.
There you
No,
go.
your nickname.
That's why you're named
Charles
Russ.
Russell.
Okay.
And that's why we called you Russ.
Right.
And
And
I
The red
said,
hair
You
was
just
the
now
red hair
finding
return.
out,
Everybody called me
Rusty.
Rusty.
yeah,
Yeah, my mom's side anyway.
yeah.
I remember when you came over and told us you wanted to be called Russ.
She wanted to be
I don't know
called
who
I thought it was
Renee.
Dad. It was
Renee.
Dad would say,
Was that your middle name?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
He's
mine,
a-
I like Dana better.
here you go. Here's my dad's
teenager face. Some of them
brothers.
different
These two
names.
are brothers. This is Russ. This is my
But
dad.
my dad had a funny
He was a
thing.
towhead.
His family was thought
This
my
is
dad
his,
wanted to
his
name
older
me Daisy,
brother
But it
Warren,
was just a joke because everyone kept
Who
saying,
was
"What are you
actually
gonna name
named
her?
as
What are you gonna name
Fred.
her?" And he goes, "Daisy." just
and
to
Wayne.
Kind of,
That was his
Yeah.
little
so we all
brother.
real thought
Yeah,
he
at
was
the
serious.
Now
time
he-
in Germany.
Uh-huh.
Warren went to college
My
and
daughter.
got a degree somewhere for
Yeah, he
business.
kept telling everybody Daisy.
I think it
and
was in
She
Iowa.
Ting.
But
Yeah.
that one he actually
And
wanted
Dad
The one woman
he wanted
told
to
me.
went
name
to-
which means I love you or something like that.
Yeah.
or-
Iowa and did a
This is hypoallergenic.
Wow.
Says
vocational
it on the
degree
tag.
in mechanics, which would be an engineering degree
okay.
now.
Right.
You were just
And
It's a-
Wayne
it's a worry stone.
Yeah.
was the baby
It's like an amber,
And
but it's
when Dad got out of
Yeah.
out of the vocational school.
It's really good.
Warren had found a place in Seattle to work called Bemis Bag,
Uh-huh.
and the old Bemis building is still in Seattle, but I think Bemis folded.
Huh.
And Wayne went to work for Carnation
Remember those?
yeah.
Okay.
after
Brownies.
the after the
Oh, is
pro-
that one of them? I
after
didn't
the
even notice that one. I used to be
after
Brownies
the
too.
depression,
here's,
What was it, Bluebird?
Yeah.
Bluebird?
and he delivered
You
milk in
were-
Seattle.
Campfire girl.
Took the
Campfire.
ferry
Well,
at
you-
Kirkland across the lake
Girl Scout.
to
This is Girl
Sandpoint
Scout.
Yeah, but I think the
and
brownies
distributed
were
his
on
milk
too.
in that area.
And then
And
moved
he-
up,
when
right?
he
Yeah,
died-
moved up from brownies to.
Yeah.
He was
I bet you these
one of
I can see.
the
those
On
might be
my
worth
honor, I
something too.
promise to do my duty to drive my
Oh.
car.
corporate. He
You
was one of
remember all
the.
that?
He was a
Oh,
big
my
wheel
goodness.
incarnation.
Huh.
I don't know how long it took me to
And
remember.
let's see, who's this?
Oh, guess what, Dan?
Yeah,
Well, look at
Look at who's in the cage.
this is
Oh,
Warren.
Marissa.
and who
Warren
who
Shaw.
went out.
Who's coming
Okay.
on?
Fred. No, that was my grandfather. That's my grandfather.
Oh wow, Fred Shaw.
Yeah, and this is Vinny. That's
That's
his
my
mo-
great great grandfather right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one name I was trying to figure out who it was?